Charlie Kirk rips a cocky college student to shreds at a Q&A debate. Totally makes a fool out of her. Guys, it is great to see. You're going to like it. And they're talking about your favorite, at least to start with, abortion. So we're going to get right into it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But first, do me a big favor here. Like our video and share it around so we can keep bringing you guys this great, hard-hitting content. As always, everybody, I'm your host, Darian, and this is Resist the Mainstream.
I would rather my mom have the ability to choose if she has a baby that is wanted over forcing to have a baby.
Define wanted.
Wanting a baby is wanting a baby.
That's not a definition, that's repeating the phrase.
You want something and you go out of your way to get it, right?
Okay, again, that's not a definition, but the point is that why should want...
The definition of wanted is a very hard thing to define.
Okay, if someone is not wanted, should they be allowed to be murdered?
It's not murder.
And that's why we disagree, okay? If it's a human being, shouldn't a human being...
It's not a human being, it's a clump of cells.
What species is the fetus?
It can be a human fetus, yeah.
Okay, wait, if it's a human fetus, then doesn't it get human rights?
It's not a human yet.
But you said it's a human. At what point?
It's a human fetus. That is a different thing.
At what point does it magically become a human?
When it can survive outside of the womb. That's when I personally believe.
So viability. So a baby born in NICU that requires assistance from a dialysis machine or breathing machine, is that a human being?
Sure, yeah.
But I thought you said it can't survive on its own outside of the womb.
That is a different thing.
No, it's not. The point is that...
Hey. What I said was...
Final question. Final question. If a mom finds out she's having a Down syndrome baby, should she be allowed to terminate it?
Yes.
You see, we have disagreement. I think Down syndrome kids are a gift from the Lord. Thank you very much for your question. We obviously don't agree.
And there it is, folks. The pro-eugenics argument of the left rears its ugly head once again. All right, there are a million of wicked reasons that the left pushes abortion. And I'm not necessarily talking about all the dopes, who just fall for it, hook, line, and sinker, and push for it themselves. I mean the disgusting elites at the top who, invented, pushed such a disgusting concept on our society and now continue it to this day. Let's just look at the founder of Planned Parenthood, for instance, Margaret Sanger. All right, she was infamously very pro-eugenics. Of course, they don't teach that in public school. Instead, she's this feminist folk hero of the left who just believed in women's rights and all that. First wave feminist, by the way, lest anybody try to tell you, oh, first wave feminism is okay, but second wave, third wave, those are the bad ones. No, it was all bad, okay? Get a clue. Now, as Margaret Sanger goes, aside from being an avid eugenicist who hated people with mental issues, she also was a white supremacist. She was a Klans member, hated black people, had a stated goal of basically lowering and eradicating the black population. Just a wicked woman. Founder of Planned Parenthood. Now, enough of that. Let's see another schooling of a college kid.
Does every human being who says that they have a tough life have a right to come into America?
If they want to make their lives better.
So that would be opening America to 5 billion people. Are you comfortable with that?
Well, we're saying people that are unsafe.
Right. So
in their country, they come to America to try and get a better life.
So basically the entire population of Mexico, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Venezuela, Colombia, Afghanistan, Senegal, the Congo, Pakistan. Do you think it should be illegal to cross a border without permission?
No, that's why we should have legal ways to do it.
We do.
Then why are people coming illegally?
Why do people cut in line at the airport? To get in quicker and easier.
Yeah, and then you get deported because it's illegal.
Well, I wish they would get deported. They're breaking into the country unwelcome, and it is against the law. It is irrelevant of whether or not you come from a tough circumstance. That means nothing in the administration of justice. Am I allowed to rob a bank if I'm poor?
No.
If someone is homeless, are they able to break into your dorm room?
No, I'm gonna kick them out.
You'll kick them out, right? So then we as Americans should kick out people that break into our country that were not invited.
Sorry about that, folks. The clip was cut off right there, but I think you get the gist of it. It goes without saying that just because you protect what you have on the inside doesn't mean you hate everybody who's on the outside. We can go as simple as a door with a lock on it and walls on a house. Do you have that because you hate everybody outside the world? Oh, I hate you. Stay away, you peasants. No, get away from me. I don't want you to be happy. No, it's because you love, for example, your family, who you want to protect, okay? And Donald Trump made this exact same point. unhappy with the US border. He said, we have a door on there. We got to be able to open it and close it as we please. And it's not because we hate the people on the outside. It's because we love those on the inside. It really is that simple. It's not that difficult of a concept to grasp. Yet the left always makes it about hate and all this stuff. Okay. Fun fact. Did you know that the US, well, not so fun, but the United States is #1 in human trafficking in the world? Pretty crazy. If only we secured our border and actually gave a crap, maybe something would change. Now we got one last one for you guys. This is going to be a funny one, okay? So get ready.
So you're voting for Kamala Harris?
Absolutely.
What is Kamala Harris's? What is her greatest accomplishment?
She's a normal person with normal ideas, but she's done all kinds. She's done great things.
Can you name one accomplishment?
Name one thing.
All the legislation, the CHIPS Act, the infrastructure bill.
She's locked people up.
Charlie's face.
Yeah. So her greatest accomplishment is what exactly?
Get off the mic.
She's had some good accomplishments. They passed some great legislation. Trump was in office for the first 2 years, full control. He made fun of infrastructure. Roads and bridges were crumbling. He was making fun of infrastructure.
If Kamala was such a great president and she's going to do all these things,
Good legislation.
why? Again, so if she was going to fix the economy, fix the border, why hasn't she done it already?
Well, the economy's doing great. We had a soft. Oh, it is. Oh, come on. Record stock market. Give me a break. Record stock market. Record job growth. Record jobs. Manufacturing up. Wages up. Someone is lying to you. They are lying to you.
How many?
What homies like this miss with saying these arguments here is that it really doesn't bear out in reality. Okay, for example, he says that there's wage growth. All right, yeah, who cares? We've had so much inflation that it's irrelevant. If you make even $10,000 more than you made last year, guess what? In a lot of cases, you're still making less because it's that much more expensive. It is that bad. That aside, record stock market. And who gives a crap if the GDP goes up? You know, this is where people get lost in the numbers and the wonky policy stuff. Just look at the average American. Look how much they're paying in rent right now. I can speak about Arizona, for instance. In the Phoenix metro area, rent has just about tripled in a period of about 5 years. Tripled. Same thing goes for buying a house. How is anybody supposed to afford this? You know, let's say it maybe took you 40 years in the past to pay off a house if you buy it. Now it's going to take you, what, 120 years? You're never actually going to even own any property at that rate. It is truly a tragic thing. And for the last point about, record job growth. Okay, yeah. You know those 4 hiring signs you see all over the place? Guess what? They're only for low-skill jobs. Now, there's nothing wrong with that if you're just starting out, but guess what? There are many skilled workers out there who are suffering, blue collar and white collar alike. Okay, with blue collar, you have in a lot of cases, you have illegal immigrants coming in, often doing a worse job, but still getting hired because they undercut them in terms of wages since they're willing to take just about anything. And in terms of white collar, you have so many people being replaced by, H-1B visas, for example, tech workers, which, by the way, it's an unpopular thing to say, but I'm going to point it out because it's important. Donald Trump is in full support of this. The soon-to-be president has openly said that we will staple green cards to the diplomas of every single foreigner who graduates college in America. That, I'm sorry, but that's terrible. That's a travesty, and he ought to change that. It's not okay.
How many of you guys can afford a home right now?
Oh.
Nobody.
Exactly.
How many of you guys can afford groceries?
Oh, that was happening before her. That's been like that for decades. Nobody seems to care about that, huh?
Here's your hat.
I love how they throw the poor guy a hat at the end. That's just too perfect. It's what is that accent? Boston accent? Kind of a cool accent, all right? I want to say something nice because he seems like, even though albeit he's a little frustrated, he seems like a nice guy. So, anyways, with all that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. As always, my friends, please be sure to comment below. Let us know what you like about the clip, what kind of stuff you want to see in the future, and we'll see everybody again soon. God bless.